TitleMatchNetwork.com.
I'm going to go down a list of guys that you worked with in Florida, and you could just tell me your thoughts and your memories of them. Mike Graham.
Mike Graham, he was great. He's a great guy. I never worked against him or anything like that, but I used to kid him about his height, and and I was wrong in doing that. So Mike, I'm sorry, but he was a phenomenal wrestler.
Kevin Sullivan. Memories of Kevin back in Florida.
Yeah, Kevin and I we never really,
Different cliques.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, nothing bad to say, but I wasn't traveling in his circle.
Gotcha.
And he wasn't in mine.
Blackjack Mulligan.
Mulligan, I respect the hell out of that man.
And his son Barry.
Barry was great. Barry was really great.
Memories of one of the best announcers pretty much of all time, Gordon Soley.
I love Gordon Soley to death. He did my first. Well, he did my first interview after I broke in, and talking about my age, and all I could do was yes sir, yes sir. He really carried it. That man could do anything. He was, he's Chris Christopherson sings about the silver tongued devil. Well, Gordon Soley is the silver tongued devil.
You also got to work with Hector Guerrero.
Hector is awesome. Hector Guerrero is one of the most awesome human beings I know. Hector Guerrero in Florida, Mike Davis and Mike Rotundo, and they were playing. We were playing ribs on each other.
Right.
And Hector come up to me one night. And he goes, Sam, he goes, don't ever be second. He goes, you're a second generation wrestler. He goes, therefore, a lot of these guys are out for you because they think you're going to get breaks. He said, you've got to work twice as hard as everybody else to get the same recognition. He goes, don't ever be second best. Don't ever be second best in the ring, and don't ever be second best in the dressing room ribbon. And I've lived by those words all my life, but I then again I took it to the bar too. I was never second best in the bar. I could always outdrink anybody,
Right.
So I went a little bit too far on that, Hector, but I took your advice. And
What about Mike Rotundo? What are your memories of working with Mike?
Mike was great. I mean, we traveled on the road together and everything. He still is. I mean, he's still alive, thank God. What was hard for me with Mike was I never really understood his style, but he came from an amateur background in Syracuse, New York, and the whole 9 yards, and I didn't at the time I didn't understand about the story being told in the match, and maybe that's where. But Mike, hell, I respect the hell out of him. He's a great athlete.
How about J.J. Dillon? Memories of J.J.
Oh God, yeah, JJ's awesome. Oh God. I was in the ring in Miami wrestling J.J. Dillon. Oh God, this is good. This is good. All right, we're circling the ring and circling each other and getting ready to lock up, and somebody threw a keychain in the ring, and let's see, it was an X-rated keychain type thing.
Right.
So we're both standing there looking at it like, well, I don't know what to do. JJ reaches down and picks it up, and it had a button on it, and he lit that button, and that thing lit up, and when he did, look, I had to go to the corner. I'm trying to chew the turnbuckle, but I was dying inside. It was just great. JJ's awesome. He's a wonderful man. I got to see him in Charlotte at the Fan Fest, and I can't say enough good things about JJ. He worked against me. I learned a lot. I learned a lot from every guy I worked with.
How hot was the territory back then?
Florida?
Yeah, Florida.
It was pretty smoking. It was pretty smoking.
What about travel? What was the travel like?
Travel there was easy. You gotta remember, I was used to Louisiana. I was used to Mid-South. in Mid-South, you know, it was nothing. You know, you're driving Oklahoma City to New Orleans from Sunday night to Monday, back up to you're in Baton Rouge Tuesday, so that wasn't a bad trip. Wednesday morning, you're back up to Shreveport for TV. Then Wednesday night to Jackson, Jackson Wednesday night. You know, you were all over that state. But Florida was really easy. I mean, you'd do Miami, and sometimes you'd be in Miami one night, Fort Lauderdale the next, or something. You know,
Right.
It's a day at the beach.
I was going to ask you, what was the party scene like back then in Florida?
Oh, it was awesome. It really was.
Who did you travel with?
I traveled with Mike Davis a bit. I traveled, you know, alone some. I traveled with, let's see, Mike Davis. There was a guy that used to sell the souvenirs. A lot of times I'd ride with him.
Right.
Because I like getting to the, you know, it'd been bred into me to always be at the show early. So he would get to the show early. So a lot of times I'd travel with him. Plus I didn't have to pay transportation to him.
Right.
So, but yeah, Hector, just, you know, different guys. It was a close knit crew.
You also got to work with the Zambui Express a little bit down there.
Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, Ray Candy come up in a conversation the other day. Yeah, I worked with them quite a bit. They were fun, you know. Because, see, I knew these guys from Mid-South.
Right.
You know. And they're still looking at me like that kid that used to, you know, haul the ring around or set the ring up or keep time for the matches or, you know, go get Cokes, you know, whatever, you know.
Gotcha.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.